Oh, hello. Welcome to the Juggalo dungeon. Little sneak peek poking up right there. It's Tuesday. It's time to paint and do the things. Also, time to remember to turn that light on. So, we decided yesterday we're going to do a roundup, a finish 4 things roundup day.
Whoop, whoop!
Whoop, whoop, everybody. Before we start, let's decide what flavor we're drinking today. This'll be a new one. Haven't had this one before. So here we go. Hopefully it doesn't suck. It's another frosty flavor. This time it's Frosty Cherry Limeade. So fingers crossed. Hopefully this one's not nasty. Hopefully this one is delicious. What I'm looking for here, if anybody's spent any time in the Midwest, the standard for cherry limeades has become Sonic, basically. The Sonic Cherry Limeade. If I can't taste something that makes me think of that, I don't know that I'm so interested. So here we go. Or maybe that's just a too high of a standard. Yeah, man, those Sonic drinks. Ugh. Sonic in the summer. What I'm talking about. Hey, Pondfish, good to see you. So here we go, our first taste. Let's see how this goes. Well, you know, definitely cherry. Definitely cherry. I kind of get the citric acid of a limeade, but not really the flavor of lime. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. Like, it's got the burn of a limeade, but not the sweet flavor of a limeade. So it's like burny cherry, which, first off, that's gonna be my new name for my, adult features, Burny Cherry. But, you know.
That's what she said.
In terms of a cherry limeade, this isn't really doing it for me. Yeah, Pondfish, I am a chili cheese coney guy. Always have been. Since birth. It's always been about them extra large hot dogs with chili and cheese when I go to Sonic. Man, that's kind of a letdown. Kind of a letdown. I'll be honest. Kind of a letdown. A little bummed. But I shouldn't be surprised because, again, we're tasting an 89-cent 1-liter soda bottle. So, you know, you gotta kind of temper expectations there. So, with that in mind, I would rate that, I don't know. Would I drink it again on a hot day? Yeah. But I would probably rate it like a 5.6, you know? Like, it's palatable, but not exciting. Not exciting at all. It would make a good mixer. Hey, Livestyle Rewind, good to see you! Good to see you. So let's paint. How about it? Obviously we left off on, I have to remember the title, Have You Any Room for Butthole? This one that we started yesterday. We need to do her eyebrow face paint and then a tidy up of her black mouth face paint. I think her nose is good. I think her nose is, yeah. I think her nose is done. I think the sign is done too. So yeah, let's get after it. And then when we're done with that, we're gonna tidy up this little Juggalette and Kitty 2 Dope. And then we'll finish up tidying up the weird rainbow, now I guess decanter, if you would call it that. Juggalo Rainbow Decanter bottle. But wait, there's more. And we'll tidy up Although I don't think he's going to take too terribly much. Oh, sorry, he's big. The Oklahoma University piggy bank thing. So that's the docket for the day. Is it too much? Is it too much to get done in an hour? I really don't think so. Because they're all basically done. It's just getting it done to the shovel standard. That's all I'm looking to do. And once it's done to the shovel standard, then it's a total money in the bank. Except not really. Maybe eventually. I don't know. Hoo-yah. Yeah, that kind of makes me think of, oh, dang it, what's the Al Pacino movie, Son of a Woman. Hoo-ha! Yeah. Heck of a movie. Heck of a movie. Some heavy stuff in that movie, but it's also got some good funny parts. And a good message overall. Okay, anyway. Let's paint, y'all. I've literally been waiting for this all day, just to paint. I would rather be doing this with you guys. That being said, it is a Tuesday, and I do have a hard out at 5:30 Central Standard Time, so this will not be an extended episode for sure. I can guarantee that. But we'll party while we're here. And get everything done as planned. Right? Right. That is the plan. All right, we're off to the races. We have begun. Pasta can do that, yeah. Could you imagine if that's how they did things at the hospital? Like, sir, we're here to remove your appendix, so what we need to do, we need to put you under. For that, we're going to go ahead and go with the 5-pound order of fettuccine Alfredo. Would you like that with chicken or broccoli? And then just have you nosh on that and then pass out. And then they do the surgery. That would be amazing. Dibs, that's my hospital. Boom, $1 million idea. All I need to do is find some shady doctors that aren't afraid to prescribe food as sedatives. Oh, what's that? You're having a baby? We're gonna feed you 3 turkeys. And an extra large serving of mashed potatoes. Yeah, that would make the shoulder surgery a lot more enticing, I think. Could you imagine that, though? Like, you walk into the hospital, and the first thing they do is give you a fat menu of delicious foods. Yeah, you know, Doc, I'm feeling some veal parmesan. Can we go with that today? That sounds great. At our appointment last week, I was thinking more like a couple porterhouse steaks, but I gotta tell you, Doc, on the car ride over here. I was really thinking of that veal. And if I never wake up, I want that to be the last thing I think about. Veal Parmesan. Alright, there we go. We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Can't tell, I'm kind of on one today. It was such a boring day today at work. So boring. Yeah. Have you made an entree choice? Can I refresh your drink? That'd be way better than the, okay, you have surgery today, so don't eat anything. Pondfish, you're revealing something rather interesting about yourself right now. So, hospital food, huh? That takes a special kind of person to be excited about hospital food. I mean, I will say there have been some meals I've had at hospitals that were delicious. But I think it was also the fact that I had been starved for 24 hours. It made the food seem good, when in actuality, it really was not. Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, Pondfish, what I think, if I could go ahead and speak for you, I think you're just into the high-risk behavior of eating vending machine sandwiches. Yeah, and the starving thing. Because I will say that is a thing. There are a lot of times where I go to eat at a place, and it's kind of like, the sketchier this place is, kind of digging it. You were bored too? Yeah, me too. I'm pretty much done with work for the rest of the month. So, I mean, that's cool and all. Until you realize it's boring sitting at your desk. Best chicken broth ever. And you know what would have really blown your mind if they would have thrown some ramen noodles in that chicken broth? 'Cause that's basically what it is. That bouillon cube is just the little spice packet compressed out of a ramen packet. So, Pondfish, the 7-Eleven sandwich. Dude, the 7-Eleven next to me is so sketchy. So, I love 7-Eleven. I used to eat from a 7-Eleven almost every day, back in the day when I was, 19, 20 years old. Yeah, would have been then. My buddy and I would basically go there to end our days, and grocery shop for whatever we were just feeling like eating for that evening's meal. The farmer's fridge. Dang, fancy pants. Pondfish, I'm 100% off of 7-Eleven. Well, I like corporate stores, 7-Eleven corporate stores. Predominantly the independent franchise shops are not great around Kansas City. And they have the very difficult task of competing with Quick Trip. And my friend, if you want to talk about amazing taquitos and roller foods and really anything, I'll eat anything from a Quick Trip. Quick Trip is amazing. So good. So yeah, shout out Quick Trip. In fact, Hey, look at that. Right in the basket of empty Faygo bottles. The scoop of the franchise 7-Elevens in Kansas City. Here's my theory, okay? My theory is that there is some kind of a business college in the, India, Pakistan area of Asia. I think there's some kind of a business school there that teaches people that in order to survive in America, open a 7-Eleven or open a motel, because that tends to be all the franchises here are now owned by like people from that area of the world. And some of them are cool because they're like, I don't know, good people. Some of them are not cool, or actually most of them are not cool in Kansas City because it's like they're only concerned with profits and not at all concerned with being, I don't know, tasty or following food safety. Yeah. That's my theory anyway. Yeah. And, you know, I'm all for the American dream, and I'm all for anyone realizing it. Like, that's awesome. That's what this country's for. But don't bastardize it and turn it into something gross. You know what I mean? Like, there is a standard for 7-Eleven. And if you don't maintain it, I really think 7-Eleven needs to come in and be like, no, take that sign off. You're not one of us anymore. You'll have to become a Fast Trip or whatever knockoff convenience store they would become at that point. At the 7-Eleven, yeah, they also, so the franchisee, there's like a acceptable price range for goods from franchises, because, you know, market demands, some markets are, cost of living is lower, so their prices are lower because of it. Other markets like Chicago are expensive. Cost of living is expensive, so the cost of goods is higher. So organizations like 7-Eleven, they recognize that, so they have a range that you can go by. And if you're in a poor area, you should be not using the rich area price range. And that's what I mean by they're out for, you know, whatever, maximizing profits and not so much being good. So they're overpriced, and yeah, their service, they generally pay bottom dollar also, so then their staffing is subject at best. So yeah, I mean, 7-Eleven food is great if it's done properly and it's cared for properly. But the 7-Eleven right down the street from me, not so good. It looks good. It looks not slushies, Slurpees, JR. It's different. And yeah, Slurpees are one of my favorite. When it comes to frozen drinks, 7-Eleven, the best. Slurpees are untouchable. They're better than everyone else. And if you want to debate that, it's all about the size of the crystals, the ice crystals and stuff, and the amount of liquid that's involved, the ratio that 7-Eleven has, and the size of their little crystals. Perfect. Money. Like Quick Trips, they're just a little bigger, and it hits your throat a little different. I don't like that. Yeah, so there's
That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, then that'd be big. Yeah. But yeah, like slush puppies and all the other freezies and all the things. I like a frozen drink on a hot day, but if I have the ability, I'm going to get a Slurpee. Yeah, pondfish, exactly. It is basic corner store science. But that's also why I say 7-Eleven is specifically different. It's kind of like Coca-Cola at McDonald's is better than anywhere else because they have a deal with Coca-Cola, so their Coca-Cola is actually different from everyone else's. Same thing with Slurpees at 7-Eleven. It's just produced different, so it is different, and it's better, in my opinion. Yeah. Interesting. Another interesting one today. And apparently it wasn't interesting enough, though, because we lost somebody in the conversation. So whoever jumped ship, sorry. Got really focused on the convenience store. That is one thing in Chicago. They do have a good saturation of 7-Elevens. I've seen that, JR. Yeah, and I wish my guys. It's literally down the street from me, walking distance. Like, I mean, a lot of things are walking distance, but it's like, I don't know, maybe a block, half a city block, from me. So I would love it if those guys were good enough guys that I could just talk to and be like, hey, can you order that syrup for your Slurpee machine? But they definitely would not. Okay. I need to get some white out. Yeah, Moon Crater, the thing I remember from living in Chicago was there was a weird, like, 2-to-1 ratio of McDonald's to 7-Elevens. For every 7-Eleven, there were 2 McDonald's. And it's crazy. Crazy how many there are. Like, there were spots in Chicago where I could walk from one end of the block to the other and go from a McDonald's to another McDonald's. Crazy. Bizarre. Ugh. Maybe we won't get all 4 pieces done today. Getting all jazzed up talking about 7-Eleven. It's one of my favorite things. I will say, I like that 7-Eleven has so many branded snacks, like their own branded candies and stuff. What side of the city north side, Rogers Park. That doesn't dox me to say it was in the year 2000, 2001. So, I would be really surprised if anyone even remembers me from my time in Chicago. Especially in that neighborhood, man, it's changed a ton. So basically, you know where Lakeshore Drive is. Where Lakeshore Drive ends on the north side, like literally stops. I was like a block north of that and like a block to the west. So I had a lake view. It was nuts. It was amazing. Such a good experience living up there. Yeah, it's not bad. It was a little rough when I first moved in to Rogers Park. I mean, it's close to the college, so you've got that going on. But my neighborhood, like when I first moved in, there was a professional streetwalker that worked my block, that would basically be shifting out as I would be going to work. So it would be, she would be ending her day as I would be beginning or she would be ending her day as I was beginning mine. And so we would pass each other on the sidewalk like every morning. And I didn't know her name. We didn't like talk, but we would always kind of give each other like this little like knowing like nod, like, yep, another crazy day, you know? But yeah, it was no Cabrini Green, that's for sure. Streetwalker, yeah. Lady of the Night. Yeah. She almost exclusively wore sweatpants all the time. And sometimes she would have that one leg up on her sweatpants just to let you know, hey, I can handle myself in a situation. Right, yeah. Yeah. Yep, because there's just that many McDonald's. Oh. One thing I did like about Chicago McDonald's, though, is every year they would get the Johnsonville bratwursts around football season. I was more excited about that than I was McRibs. The waffles from Waffle House. Yeah, I don't like McDonald's at all anymore. Actually, did you guys see that recently Morgan Spurlock died? The guy that did the that McDonald's documentary back in the day that kind of made everybody like go, oh, hold on, Super Size Me? That was the name of it. And he wasn't really that old when he died either. He wasn't a great guy. And yeah, the Super Size Me, as it turned out, was not exactly as he portrayed it. I mean, as a documentary, it did do a good job of exposing how McDonald's had basically manipulated our entire society. Can eat in a calorie deficit with Mickey D's. No, it was more that they were just making everything bigger, and the calorie count was becoming where, you know, if you got the supersized huge meal, it was like 80,000 calories. You know, it's nothing that a human should be eating, especially if it's like a snack on the way home from work. Yeah. So it was good that he kind of brought that to light. But that's not ultimately the reason why I stopped eating at McDonald's. It didn't hurt that decision. Not 80,000. I'm just saying a number, a big one for shock value, kind of like Morgan Spurlock did. What was I saying? I lost track of what I was. It doesn't matter. Oh, what I was saying, the reason why I stopped eating McDonald's is, well, it's disgusting. I don't like their, I'll see you, JR. Yeah, if I don't talk to you later, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, and FYI, the package still hasn't arrived yet. I don't know what the heck, dude. I don't know what to do at this point. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, so the cheese that McDonald's uses on everything, it's the same nasty cheese on everything. I hate it. It's so plastic. And to me, honestly, that's why I would rather eat at Taco Bell, because they don't try to like act like, well, they kind of do with their cantina menus and stuff. They try to act like they have healthy options, but when it comes to like the mainline foods, they're never trying to like put on airs of, yeah, this is good, you should be eating this. They're just straight up like, hey, you're drunk, come eat here. Oh, you're super high, we got you. So I'm good with that. They don't try to position themselves to look like they're a champion of good health or anything. They're just all about basically being nasty but delicious at the same time. Okay, I think, have you any room for butthole? I think she's done, so there's that. Actually, pew, 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 pew. So there's that. That's one. Knocked one off. So now we're moving back to the Juggalette and Kitty 2 Dope. Oh, excuse me. That's the brush I want. Man, I'm getting confused and distracted. Not using my brain all day has made my brain very lethargic. At least I came up with that word, though. Nope, that was a bad spot. But it's passable. I think we'll be alright. Moon Crater, you don't have to tell me anything more specific than this. Chicago proper or Chicago land? And the fun thing is, oh, cool. There you go. Good. I always hate it when people say they're from Chicago, and then I'm like, oh yeah, where? And they're like, you know, someplace in like Iowa or something, where it's like, no, that's Chicagoland, and that is deep Chicagoland. Oh, Naperville, really? I've got friends from Naperville. Yeah, Naperville's nice. It really is, and it's only gotten better. Yeah. With the Naperville? Or with... whatever. Whatevs, bruh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But, I mean, Naperville's not... Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. It's all good. I still think that there's a fairly decent chance once my wife and I are empty nesters, we might move up that way. I miss that city, and my wife enjoys that city. Ooh. How do I fix that? Yeah, Evanston is... I mean, that's literally the closest suburb. I actually worked in Evanston. Well, I worked downtown and I worked in Evanston. I lived right, like, between. Yeah. Well, shoot, even more than an hour away. There were literally people like... like Waukegan. They would say Waukegan was, like, Chicago. Like, if you're riding the metro to get to your place, then no. You're no thank you. Yeah. But Evanston, those L's don't run all night long, so learn that the hard way. Oh no, it's not. Don't tell the farmers out in their fields that they're from Chicago. They'll flip out. It's funny how that state is that way. Like, it's very distinctly red and distinctly blue. Well, yeah. And I mean, it's the city ends up voting because, you know, the population is majority in the city. So the city votes for what the city wants, and the state kind of gets, you know, jerked on with that. And it's not always red-blue. It's just what's good for that city isn't necessarily good for, you know, Boondocks, Illinois. So yeah. I've lived both. I've lived small town, I've lived big city. I understand small town folks not wanting big city decision makers, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them. Or they'll like mandate services, like the community will have to provide XYZ to their constituents, and in a real small town they don't have the budget for that, so they have like their city is comprised of 3 employees, so them trying to cover all of that's now required of them is really difficult. Yeah. But it's, I guess what I'm talking about is more on a government level. And that, you know, the fact that I work for local government here, I think that's why my mind thinks that way. Because, like, for example, in Chicago, the Department of Emergency Management probably employs, I'm going to just reckon a guess, they probably employ 50 to 75 people just for that department. And then, like, you go way out into the sticks, and it's not even that it's the city, it's the county that would be a huge representation geographically. And their Department of Emergency Management doesn't actually employ anybody. It's the fire chief is also the emergency manager, which I've seen a lot of that. And that, you know, that can get hard. Have to wear a bunch of different hats and keep those different budgets straight. And your budget is super small because, you know, you have just a few hundred people paying taxes as opposed to millions or a million, whatever. And neither way is right, neither way is wrong. It's just they're both different, and you have to recognize that. Oh. We went from talking about 7-Eleven snack foods to the struggles of local government organizations. And the viewers are showing it. Where Man, it's a slow stream today. Yeah. Yeah. I've learned that when you live in a big city, and it comes down to all that stuff, like as a citizen, you gotta just kind of ignore it. Just live your life, you know? And it's all temporary, so if you have a mayor that's insane and mandating crazy things, they're not gonna be there forever. You know, it's not like they're, king for life or queen for life. Their term will end, and it's just being patient and waiting for that. And that's also what makes America a great country. Term limits. Yeah, I'm one. Well, now that makes me wonder who the other one is, and I'm guessing it's Pondfish. Pondfish is probably painting something, and this is not, our conversation is not getting in the way of what he's doing. So there's that. But yeah, to everybody else that got quickly bored with this conversation, my apologies. But I don't care, because I like talking with Moon Crater. So y'all can just shove it. Except for Pondfish. Pondfish is cool. Pondfish, I enjoy a good lurker. I'm a good lurker. I know it's the most exciting conversation. Okay, I was just checking the time. Obviously, we're not going to get to the skull or the piggy bank, but I do want to get this one done. And I think it's possible. I needed Maya today to help crack the whip. Alright, let's see. I need to switch over to white. Maya's usually pretty good at, I mean, that's where the whole shut up and paint thing came from, is her, which, you know, I have been painting this whole time, but I'm definitely not as, focused in. I'm not being as productive as I could be. Ha! Nah, it's not you. I'm distracting myself. You didn't bring up local city government. That was this guy. She also doesn't always say that. Sometimes she'll just kind of say something in the chat, like, I don't know, kind of seemingly random, but it's just that she pops up in onto my radar, And it's like, oh yeah, she's good at that. Okay. Here, I'll hit the button.
Shut up!
You know what's funny to me about copyright law? Since we're just having one of those streams today. I play a song and it results in, you know, if I was monetized, the video would be demonetized. I could play a audio clip from any movie. Nobody cares. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference to anybody. Like the fact that I just played Adam Sandler's voice. You know, kind of feels like maybe Adam Sandler should have a little stake in it, you know, or not. It's either it needs to be all one way or all the other. Consistent. That's what I'm looking for. Consistent. I mean, yeah, he probably wouldn't care at all. But it's still the fact of the matter. It's not proportionate. Or, for Adam Sandler, as the example, if that audio clip came from one of his comedy albums, then there probably is... it probably would fall under the same guidelines as music, because the licensing is different. But the fact that it's audio pulled from a movie makes it where it's like, yeah, whatever. Do what you want. Okay. What I need to do is work on the little cat face. I think I've been avoiding it because it's so small. But here we go. No more avoiding it. Let's get in there. Well, that's a good question. Was there a soundtrack release from those movies? By chance? Yeah, I don't know either. Because that would distinctly change the conversation. Which is weird. It's weird that just to use simple terms, something's on a CD, then they censor it. Something's off a DVD, and that's not like a carved in stone law or rule. I'm just using it as an illustration of just how silly it is. Right. Yeah. So another funny thing about copyright law, so my wife for a while, she had a YouTube channel that she posted on, and she did, like different Kansas City events and things to see, like a tour guide type of a thing for Kansas City sites and events. And, one of them was a car show with like, vintage cars and rat rods and stuff. So, I know a lot of psychobilly bands and a lot of cool bands that play music that people that enjoy cars like that listen to. So I contacted a friend of mine that has a band called Brutally Frank, if anybody's interested. And I was like, hey, can we use some of your music for my wife's video? And they're like, oh yeah, you can use whatever you want, because we're pretty tight. And so she did. I picked out a couple of good songs for her. And then YouTube, almost immediately took her video down. And they're like, you don't have permission for the music. I was like, haha, yes I do. Here's an email from a representative of the band. And they're like, no, we need permission from their licensing firm. I was like, are you kidding me? The licensing firm didn't create this music. They did. Their permission should supersede anybody else's permission. And I went back and forth for a while, and eventually they backed off after I had my friend literally get into the email chain and give her permission. It was so stupid. Cheerleader Roadkill. Huh. Is it an all-male band, or are there some female members? Out of curiosity. Chicago-based. I kind of figured. Which, there's a lot of really good Chicago music. In fact, there's a lot that doesn't make it out of Chicago, which blows my mind. But, to be fair, Chicago is not treated with the same respect as, or not treated with respect by either coast, LA or New York. They act like Chicago's a tiny little town or whatever. Idiots. But I guess it's kind of good, because Chicago's just kind of its own thing. All right. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's funny. And you do like yourself some disturbing cartoons. This nose is weirdly off-center and not symmetrical. Let's just fill that out a little bit. Actually, living in Chicago was where I first really got exposed to what running a music venue looks like. I had some friends that operated a bar up there, and they did live music. I kind of fell in love with how that all works. Okay, so there we go. I think that is another completed piece. We got 2 done today. Done. So that is the Juggalette and Kitty 2 Dope. That's what I was trying to think of. Done and done. And it is 5:26, so that's good. I'm doing good. Definitely not doing the other 2 pieces. But, really, I'm glad we got these 2 done. The other 2 are more like, just fun things for a buddy of mine. These are like, hey, business things. So here we are. There is the one. There is the other. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'll have to clear coat these, and then I'll get these both listed in my shop pretty soon, where they can sit on the shelf with all the other pieces I've painted recently, because they're just not selling. Just waiting to go viral again, apparently. And I'm sure it'll happen, so I'm not worried. It's good to be building my stock back up. I had a ton of stuff that I was sitting on for, I don't know, a few months, and then it just all was gone. And that being said, there was kind of a panic of like, oh crap, I don't have anything to sell and everybody wants stuff. So apparently this is how my business works. So now is the restocking phase. Alright. Anyway, all that to just say, you're right. I know, that is the weird thing. I feel like I haven't really... I mean, there's been Juggalos present during the both viral moments of this, but it was predominantly non-Juggalos that really pushed it. And I still don't really feel like I'm known widely by the Juggalo population. So I don't know how to affect that. I mean, I know if I went to the gathering, that would help, obviously, because I would be right in front of their faces, and yeah, they would see me, and I would be able to talk to them, and they'd, that's really how things work for me, is I'm a pretty good salesman, and people tend to like me, so I'm affable. It's because of the irony. Like, in terms of, like, decorator goods, you're buying the stuff that your grandma had, or not you, but people my age, are buying the things that their grandmas displayed so proudly in their house, but you're displaying it in defiance because now it's a butthole, and it's not this crazy, exalted, holy thing that your grandma treated it like a revered item that, I don't know. Yeah, so it's ironic funny. A lot of my stuff is also, or not a lot, several of my sales have been for people to give them as like gag gifts and stuff too. So, and that doesn't hurt my feelings. Whatever. A sale's a sale. Yeah, so anyway, I gotta go. Thank you especially to Moon Crater. You're awesome. Like I said, I like talking to you anytime I can. Pondfish, thank you for creeping this whole time. You're the man. Also joining the server. That was cool. That was a nice surprise. So yeah, maybe we'll all get to know each other just a little bit better that way. And your artwork is great. Like I said, your sense of color is really good. You're like, I wish I had that. I don't. But also shout out to JR for being here. Live Style Rewind was here. I think that was it, really, in the chat. So I'll be back again tomorrow. I stream every Monday through Friday, 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on YouTube. I'm also on all the different socials that are at the top of the screen right now. If you're into all that, everywhere I'm Precious Juggalos, look it up, find me. That almost looks like I was flipping you off when I did that, but I wasn't. And check out my shop. If you like what you saw here today, they'll be in the shop soon enough. And there are other things in the shop. Buy them, because then I have Taco Bell money. And Daddy loves some Taco Bell. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being true blue and hanging out with me. Bye.